From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max, of course, at my bar, where everyone has a shot at taking a seat and telling their story right here at the bar, brought to our good friends at Heritage Capital Group and Client Focused Media. It's the B Teal segment with my friend Brian Sexton, and we've got a great panel for you lined up. Let's meet him right now. Arthur Hairston is back with Strive Youth and Family Services. Arthur, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be back.
Great to be back, and you're here for a different cause than last time.
Yes, Strive Youth and Family Services. We are a nonprofit licensed group home for kids with autism in the foster care system.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. How many kids are involved today?
Currently, we have 4 kids in our home.
That's great. Doing the Lord's work, man. You sold your company and you're doing philanthropic work. That's phenomenal. Good for you. Great to have you back.
Thank you.
Jennifer Bradshaw is here from NLP Logics. Hey, Jennifer. Or
Hi.
Jen. Jen?
Jen.
Yeah, good. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about NLP, what you guys are doing with artificial intelligence.
What aren't we doing?
What aren't you doing with artificial?
We get to solve some really cool problems for some companies.
Okay. All across industries, right? There's not an industry you're probably not in, right?
Yeah,
And it's continuing to grow.
very much so.
Yeah, and you guys started the company 13 years ago,
Yeah.
correct? Wow.
Yes, correct.
It's fine. I mean, I'm only a bartender, so I feel like you're way ahead of things. But, you just started hearing about AI, 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
In the mainstream,
Yeah.
but you guys have been at it for 13. That's pretty damn impressive. Great to have you on the show. Brian Sexton's here.
You know what she was telling me?
Yeah.
She could replace you.
I know. Well, I'm replaceable.
Not me. She thought it might be a little more difficult, but you, she
Yeah.
thought she could replace.
Yeah, you just,
A hologram, right?
part Ken doll, part Superman, something like that. That could work, absolutely. How you doing?
Your humility always impresses me, Tommy. It's why
You're
I'm
not really
sitting here.
kidding.
I know.
Yeah, but great to have you, man.
Good to be here.
Be Teal. You're almost Teal.
Yeah, this is Aqua.
Are the Jags off-season moves be Teal enough for you?
They've been really busy,
Yeah.
and that's been fun.
Yeah.
But you know as well as I do, next month with the draft is where they make the really important moves.
Yes. Yeah, they got to hit on the draft, no doubt about it. All right, Jerrod Tabbott is here from Nava, also an author with his first book out. Congratulations.
Yeah. First book's out, and second book is pretty soon.
All right, well, tell us about the first book, The Prelude, The Expanding Seas of Earth.
Well, it's kind of a, on one hand, it's an alien invasion, but it's not a little bit different than what you normally see.
Okay.
In fact, the aliens, they don't actually invade, even in the first book. They just, they'd like to take over, but they pick up my main characters, and the main characters, they hope to, convert into helping them negotiate a surrender instead.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work out for them, but then all goes moves on from there.
Now, you said your second book deals with some artificial intelligence, right? When you say, tell me that?
There's AI involved in it, yeah.
Okay.
The second book, my main characters are back, but now they've managed to return back to Earth. And they have all this technology that they brought with them.
Okay.
But the dilemma they had on their way back after they stole the ship is that who are you going to give this stuff to, knowing what it can do? Mm-hmm. And they decide not to, rather than take a chance, just saying, here it is.
Yeah.
They decide instead to form a separate group, negotiate with the UN, and have and get a coalition going so that they can turn over the safe technology, but keep the defensive technology off planet.
Is there a trilogy in mind? You got a trilogy up there that brain of yours?
It's actually a tetralogy.
All right, that's fantastic.
The third novel, we kind of get back into space again, and there was also a bunch of Rangers that were captured in the first book.
Okay.
And they were
Star Wars. Yes.
They're freed separately, and they've been asked to essentially slow the aliens down before they get back.
Yeah.
In real time, distances in space are a lot farther. I try to stick with hard science and everything. Take a little
By the way, we've got a side studio that we could take some high use. Ken, I want you to tell me all that story once we get into it. That seems like a fascinating story, but great to have you on the show. With artificial intelligence, how would a company or organization like Strive maybe use AI to help them with, I don't know, growing their organization?
I would absolutely love to know, honestly.
Yeah.
So really, we would want to understand what some of your biggest struggles are and pain points. So do you have business processes that seem to take away from what your day-to-day job really should be? Do you have a lot of administrative burden and overhead that you would want to potentially automate?
Yeah.
Or do you need to find ways in which to make your company more money? Do you need to generate revenue to be able to get supplies or things of that nature? So really, it's all what you're trying to do with your organization, where you want to take it, and then we'll identify what those goals are and determine how AI can, or maybe not, solve the problem.
Right. Makes jobs easier, right?
More
using artificial
efficient,
intelligence, and efficient and more productive as well.
Well, if you talk to him, because Arthur and I were talking before, he is a jack of all trades.
Oh, I know.
He's doing a little bit of everything above and beyond what you really love to do.
Yes, this group home is a big passion project. I'm very fortunate to be doing this with my wife, so she handles all the boring stuff that I could care less about. That's important, which is HR. That gives me a headache, and I get to do stuff that makes me think like I'm in Disney. I'm working with staff, I'm working with the kids. And you got to imagine, not only do they have autism, they have experienced a lot of traumatic experience. So probably our biggest pain point is honestly transportation, because, it's just us, but we're responsible for getting the kids to various events outside of the school. You got doctor's appointments, psychiatrist appointments, all these medical appointments.
Yep. I could see the automation coming into play with that one as well, with HR and helping it all out.
I was going to say, I want to talk to your wife and understand what her day's like.
There you go. It's a networking show. We come together. Thanks all for being here. We appreciate it. Best of luck on your trilogy, my man. Yeah, that was great stuff. All right, make sure you check out their profiles. This conversation and thousands of, I say thousands, hundreds, I don't know, maybe a million at one time. There's a ton of them on there, right at the dailynewsnetwork.com website. So until next time, y'all stay safe out there and be cool. And we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
The team at Heritage Capital Group is special because it's a collection of people across the spectrum.
We have people who have been in the shoes of owners that are looking to buy and sell, and professionals that have executed transactions helping buy and sell companies for decades.
I think when you talk to us, see what our experience is, see what our skills are, see the reach that we have, you'll be very happy with the recommendation.